Hey guys, it's Sana. There was another mass shooting in the United States this week on the heels of the 1-year anniversary of the Orlando Pulse nightclub shooting. This time it was in Vegas. But every time there's a mass shooting, especially where the numbers are just so high, there's always one conversation topic that grips the country: gun control. So while we're working on an in-depth exploration of the history of gun control and the weapons industry, we wanted to share some of our existing content on gun violence in the United States. Because check it, here at AJ Plus, it's important for us to be a resource for you, not just tell you what's happening in the world, but really understand it beyond the usual talking points. For instance, we've got 2 pieces that look at how gun violence in the United States compares to gun violence around the world.
There are 90 guns per 100 Americans, giving the country the honor of the highest gun ownership rate in the world.
In Canada, you must register your semi-automatics and handguns with a government. In the US, there are more states that prohibit all gun registration than states that have a form of gun registration.
We've also got a series exploring gun violence in the United States, including looking at the popularity of the AR-15.
Assault weapons and large-capacity magazines were banned for a decade. During the ban, the number of people killed and wounded with assault weapons or guns using high-capacity magazines was cut in half. After the ban expired, casualties shot up by more than 300%.
And exploring how the election of President Donald Trump has impacted and will impact the gun industry.
Most all the people who hate Trump are pussies. They're not going to take to the streets with guns. We've got the guns.
We've asked what the history of gun control in the United States has looked like. Before the Civil War, the right to own guns came with the right to own black slaves. After the Civil War, Black Americans were finally able to own guns, which made many white Americans fear an armed rebellion. And we've also looked at what are some commonalities between some of the most notorious mass shooters.
And it's not just gender most mass shooters have in common. Another overlooked thread is a history of domestic violence.
We've still got a lot of work to do when it comes to covering gun violence and the gun control conversation in this country, and we're working on building that coverage. Next Sunday, we'll be publishing a longer, in-depth piece on the guns industry, but let us know in the comments what you want us to cover, what's overlooked, and what we at AJ Plus can do better.